मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू सायक्स एजुकेशन। सायक्स एजुकेशन में आपका स्वागत है। आज मैथ्स के सीरीज ऑफ वीडियोस में हम बात करेंगे ट्रिग्नोमेट्री के बारे में, विच इज द मोस्ट स्कोरिंग चैप्टर इन मैथ्स। 10 to 12 marks are sure shot from this specific chapter. So if you go through this video from beginning to end and do a few questions, I can guarantee you that you will be able to secure those 10 to 12 marks in your board exams for sure. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's start the chapter. So I'm sharing my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, so here is the screen. So trigonometry. What is the meaning of trigonometry? क्या होता है ट्रिग्नोमेट्री का मतलब? और कितने मार्क्स का आने वाला है ये? तो यहाँ बता दें कि ये 10 से 12 मार्क्स का आने वाला है. From 10 to 12 marks you will get from only from this chapter specifically. Now trigonometry होता क्या है? तो trigonometry का मीनिंग देखते हैं. The word trigonometry is derived from a Greek word where tri means three. Tri means three, which is multiple words start with tri. So tri means three, gon means sides, and metron means measure. That means a figure with three sides, and where we measure something. So it is generally used for triangles. It is generally used for triangles for measuring different kind of things. So if we have to measure the height of a mountain or the height of the satellite, then we use trigonometry, and advanced trigonometry is used. So currently you will not be going through advanced trigonometry, but advanced trigonometry is used for these kind of measurements. Now, what is trigonometry? So trigonometry is the study of relationship between the sides and angles of a triangle. So please remember, it is a relationship between the sides and the angles of a triangle, basically a right angle triangle. And initially it was recorded that they started using trigonometry in Egypt and Babylon. Okay, so coming to trigonometric ratios. See, there is a triangle. In a right angle triangle, you know, right angle triangle. This is 90-degree angle. This side is called perpendicular. If I consider this angle as angle A, so in trigonometry generally they start say the angle as theta. So this is the way the theta is made. Okay, this is called perpendicular. The base on which it is created is called base, and this side is called hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. So perpendicular, base, and hypotenuse. Now, when we say ratios, okay, what to learn about trigonometry, they created certain ratios. So what is the ratio? Ratio is a comparison of two similar quantities. Now here is the length of hypotenuse, length of perpendicular, length of base. So there are three lengths available. I can say perpendicular, hypotenuse, and base. Okay, so what they did is they gave some name to a ratio. Ratio means to give a name to a specific ratio, say ratio between P and H. Ratio between P and H, they gave a name. Okay, that means they gave a name for P by H. So this means perpendicular by hypotenuse, they gave a name. Then similarly for say base by hypotenuse, they gave a name. So if I see what all things can be possible, what all ratios can be possible here. So there are, as I mentioned, there are three things, P, H, and B, right? So the ratios which are available are ratio which can be made. Because ratio can be between two things only. So we'll say it is P by H or P by B. These will be two. Then we have B by H or B by P. Or we'll have H by B or H by P. These are the only 6 things which are available, right? So when these only 6 things are available, so they gave names to it. Okay, so I'll come to the names here. What are the names? So this is called sine. If the angle is theta, if this angle is theta, then the sine theta is called P by H. So we are the perpendicular divided by hypotenuse is called as sine theta. Okay, if the angle is theta, if the angle is A, we'll call it sine A is equal to P by H. Okay, cos theta is B by H, base by hypotenuse. Tan theta is perpendicular by base. Perpendicular by base is tan theta. And sine, cosec is reciprocal of sine. Cosec is reciprocal of sine. Sec is reciprocal of cos, and cot is reciprocal of tan. You can see this is P by H, this is P by H, and here it is H by B. Okay, here is B by H, here it is H by B. Here is P by B, and it is base by perpendicular. So now, see, we have given this name sine. We have given this name cosec, okay, cos. But in reality, that their names are a little different, okay, little expanded. So these are the short forms which we have given. So what are the full form of those? Okay, so full form of those, let's go through this. Sine is actually S-I-N-E, sine. It's not sin, it's sine. Then we have cos, it says cosine. So we don't say cosine of it, we say cos of it. Okay, as a shortcut, we just say that. Then we have tan. So tan is called for tangent. Then we have cosec, it is cosecant, sec, which is secant, and cot as cotangent. So these are the short forms of those ratios. Okay. Now coming to how to remember what ratio corresponds to what thing, like whether sine of theta is equal to what. So people keep on forgetting it. So we created some abbreviations by which we'll be able to remember these kind of things quickly. So what are these abbreviations? Let's go through. So if there is a triangle which is made here, and the triangle has angle A. So angle A, and we can see the base, the perpendicular, base, the perpendicular, and the hypotenuse. Okay. So the easy way to remember is Pandit Badri Prasad Hari Hari Bole. Okay, Pandit Badri Prasad Hari Hari Bole. This is a long time, okay, from 50, 100 years. This is the same thing which people are using, but you might have created your own abbreviations to remember the ratios. Now, what are these ratios corresponds to? So this, the first one is for sine. Sine. The second one is for cos. The third one is for tan. Okay, and we know that the cosec is the reciprocal of sine, sec is the reciprocal of cos, and cot is reciprocal of tan. So we can, if we remember these three, we will be able to remember the other three as well. Okay, so sine A is equal to P by H, the first letter of the word. Please remember this. Sine A is equal to P by H, cos A is equal to B by H, and tan A is equal to P by B. Okay, now when we have to remember cosec, what will be cosec? H by P. Sec, H by B. Cot, B by P. So we can remember it that way. Now there are multiple other ways to remember these things. Okay, where in a triangle. So this is a triangle, and we call this side as adjacent side. Adjacent side means the angle, the side opposite to, not opposite, the side adjacent to the angle. Side adjacent to the angle. Okay, and the side opposite to the angle, this is the opposite side, and hypotenuse is hypotenuse. Hypotenuse, hypotenuse. So with this, if you remember, some old horses caught another horses taking oats away. Some old horse caught another horse taking oats away. So this is one way of remembering the ratios. So when I say S, it means sine. Sine of theta. It comes out to be O by H. O by H. That means opposite side divided by hypotenuse. Opposite side divided by hypotenuse. Then we have cos. Here is CAH. That is cos theta is equal to adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. And then we have taking oats away. TOA. It is tan theta is equal to opposite side divided by adjacent side. So this is one way of remembering the ratios. You might have definitely created some funny way of remembering things. Well and good. But if you have not, you can use any of those. Okay. Now there are certain points to note, which is pretty important points to note. Okay. The point to note is sine A is used as an abbreviation for sine of angle A. It is the sine of angle A. It is not sine multiplied by A. It is not sine multiplied by A. It is sine of angle A. And sine, this doesn't have any meaning if it is not associated with any angle. So sine separated from A has no meaning. So sine separated from any angle doesn't have any meaning. And same is applicable for other trigonometric ratios. So please remember this. So don't say that, okay, like we write 2x. It means 2 multiplied by x. But sine A is not equal to sine multiplied by A. Please remember this part. Okay. Coming to the next one. The value of a trigonometric ratio of an angle do not vary with the lengths of the sides of the triangle if the angle remains the same. So, do I just clarify this part? Say, if there is a triangle, and in this triangle, this angle is 30. This angle is 30. So, I'll say theta is equal to 30 degrees. Right? Now, if, and this is perpendicular, this is hypotenuse, and this is base. Now, if I say tan theta, that is equal to tan 30. So what will that be? It is B divided by B. Right? Tan 30 has some value. Okay, we'll derive that value first of all. Tan 30 will have value. That means this ratio is a constant. P by B is a constant for tan theta. Tan 30. P by B will be constant for tan 30. Okay. Why? They're saying the size of the triangle doesn't matter. So even if we increase the length of the triangle, or maybe we'll increase the length to this length and make the base as this much. So the length, the hypotenuse has increased to this big hypotenuse, isn't it? And the base has increased from here to here, isn't it? But the ratio remains the same. So this is, if I consider this as H1, E1, and I consider this as H2 and B2. So please remember that H1 by B1 is equal to H2 by B2 in this case. So that will remain the same for a specific angle theta that is equal to 30 degree or 60 degree or any other angle you can take. The ratio remains the same. This is something you have to remember. And why we have arrived at this is arrived from the similar triangles, the chapter which we did a little while ago. Okay. Now, for the sake of convenience, we use sine square A cos square A. I'll just explain this part also. So what happens? So how to write sine square of something? So say if you have to write x square, we write like this. If you have to write sine square, so sine theta square, we should write like this in case I'm doing a square of an angle. But for sake of convenience or from the past, it is written like this. Sine square theta. Okay. Sine square theta. So we put the square here. So though we should write like this, we should write like this. We should write like this. This is the right way of writing. But in from the beginning, they started writing like this. Okay. So please remember, if it is written as a cos square theta, it means that is equal to cos theta square. These are same, exactly same things. Okay. Okay. Coming to next. Trigonometric ratios of 45. So for any angle, we can find the ratios. Ratio means what is the exact value of that particular ratio. So when I'm saying, say tan of 45, there will be it because that ratio is a constant. The value remains constant for a specific angle. The the value remains constant for a specific angle. So if I have to find what is the value for tan 45, because it's a constant, I should be able to find that value. Constant means it is a specific value. It will not change with any change in the length of base and height for tan 45. Now, if I have to find tan 45, what is the value of it? For that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a triangle. I'm making this triangle. This angle is 90 degrees because we are all making it for right angle triangles. Please remember this. And I'll consider this angle A as 45. Now, if this angle is 45 degrees, what is the angle C? What is the angle C? Angle C will also be equal to 45. Because both the angles are equal, 45, 45, we can say that this is an isosceles triangle. And in an isosceles triangle, when the two sides are equal, two angles are equal, the sides opposite two angles are also equal. So that means this side is equal to this side. So let me consider this side is equal to A. And this side will also be equal to A for sure. Isn't it? Now, what is this side? What is hypotenuse here? So hypotenuse comes out to be square root 2 of A. And how did we find this value? We find this with the help of the Pythagoras theorem. So we'll say hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square. Now hypotenuse was AC. AC square is equal to base square is A square plus perpendicular square is A square. So A square plus A square is 2A square. That comes out to be AC square. So the value of AC comes out to be square root of 2A square. And because A square, A will come out of it. So it becomes square root of 2A. So that's why the value came, this value came from. Now we need to find out the values, the various values of different ratios. So let me just start. So I'll just say, start with sine theta. I'll just write sine 45 here because theta is equal to 45 or A is equal to 45. You can say the angle. We are talking about this angle is equal to 45. Sine 45, cos 45, tan 45. Then we have cosec 45. Then we have sec 45. And then we have cot 45. Okay. So we need to find these values. Let us find out quickly. We know that the sine is a ratio between perpendicular and hypotenuse. Isn't it? We know cos is a ratio between base and hypotenuse. Tan is perpendicular by hypotenuse. Perpendicular by base, my mistake. Perpendicular by base. Cosec is opposite of sine. So you don't have to remember, you can just write H divided by P. Sec is the opposite, or not opposite, reciprocal of cos. So it will be H divided by B. And cot is the reciprocal of tan, that is B divided by P. Okay. Now we'll start writing the values now. What is perpendicular here in this triangle? The perpendicular is A. What is hypotenuse? Square root 2A. It will cancel out. A will cancel out, so it will become 1 by root 2. The same goes with cos 45. Let's put the value of base. Base is A. And hypotenuse is square root 2A. Comes out to be A, cancel out. It will again come out to be 1 by root 2. Now coming to tan. Tan is perpendicular, that is A, divided by base. Base is also A. That comes out to be 1. Then comes cosec. Cosec is opposite of sine. So I can say it is root 2. It is root 2. I can directly find it out. Okay, but if you want to find out with the ratio itself, let's find out. So it is h by p. Hypotenuse is root 2a divided by a, and it comes out to be root 2. Same goes with sec. It's again hypotenuse divided by base, that is a. So it comes out to be again root 2. And when we talk about cot 45, the opposite of 1, or basically reciprocal of 1 is 1. So it will also be 1. Let's find out with base was a, perpendicular was a. Again, it will be 1. So we have found the value of sine 45 is 1 by root 2 cos 45, 1 by root 2 tan 45, 1 cosec 45, root 2 sec 45, root 2 cot 45, 1. We should remember these values by heart. These values we need to remember by heart. Okay, so this we have found only for 45 degrees. Okay, there are various other angles for which we should remember these values, and we'll derive on how these values have come out. Okay, so this we have derived for 45. Now we are going to derive it for 60 and 30. How the values for 60 and 30 are derived. Okay, so let's again make a triangle like that. So instead of making a right angle triangle, for this we are going to make a equilateral triangle. So this is an equilateral triangle where we mentioned that every side is equal to a. This is a. This is also a. The third side is also a. And I'll make a perpendicular from top. So when I make a perpendicular, this is 90 degrees. Now we have made certain one right triangle now. So what is the value? This part, this comes out to be a by 2. The base comes out to be a by 2. Now, what is the angle in a equilateral triangle? So this angle is 60 degree. And what is this angle? This angle is 30 degree. Okay. Now, with the help of a and the hypotenuse here, a and a by 2, we can find what is the length of height here. Okay, so let's find out what is the height. So if I consider this length as height, what is the height? I can say h square is equal to a square minus a by 2 whole square from Pythagoras theorem, isn't it? So it becomes a square minus a square by 4. That comes out to be 3a square by 4. So h square is equal to 3a square by 4. So value of h, taking the square root of both sides, it comes out to be root 3a by 2. So the value of h comes out to be root 3a by 2. Okay, now we have the values available. Basically, we have the hypotenuse, the base. I'm considering this as hypotenuse because this is opposite to right 90 degree angle. Okay, this is hypotenuse. This is the base. And this part is the perpendicular. Okay, now again, let's find for value 60. I'll just say sine 60 is equal to, then we have cos 60 is equal to, then we have tan 60 is equal to, cosec 60 is equal to, we have sec 60 is equal to, and then we have cot 60 is equal to. Okay, now we know, okay, first writing the, so it is perpendicular by hypotenuse. This is base by hypotenuse. Tan is perpendicular by base. And rest are opposite of it. So it is h by p. Sec is h by b. And cot is b by p. Okay, now start writing the values. The value perpendicular. So perpendicular is root 3a by 2. And divided by, we have to divide it by root 3a by 2 divided by h. H is a. So a will cancel out. A will cancel out. So it becomes root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2. Now writing b by h. So b is equal to, b is a by 2 divided by root 3a by 2. So my mistake. This is a by 2 divided by a. If I've written it incorrectly, I'll just clear it up. Eraser. So root a by 2 divided by a. So it comes out to be a by 2 multiplied by 1 by a. I can write it like this. And the value comes out to be, a will cancel out. It comes out to be 1 by 2. Now coming to tan. So tan is perpendicular by base. So I'll just say root 3a by 2 divided by a by 2. Okay. So if you compute it, I can write like left side. Root 3a by 2 multiplied by 2 by a. So the value will cancel out. It becomes root 3. Now, if we know for these three values, we can directly write the cosec will come out to be 2 by root 3. It's the reciprocal of sine. It is the reciprocal of sine. So sine reciprocal is cosec. Cosec sec is the reciprocal of cos. Cot is the reciprocal of tan. So the value of, so sec 60 comes out to be 2 and cot 60 comes out to be 1 by root 3. Okay, so this is the way we found the values of the ratios for 60 degree. Okay, what about 30 degree? What about 30 degree? For finding the values for 30 degree, what we have to do is we have to clear this entire up and we'll consider this as the angle. Now, I'll just clarify this one more time. I just clear it up and make the triangle one more time. So I'm making this equilateral triangle one more time. This side was A, this side was A by 2, and this side was root 3A by 2. This was the different sides available. Now this angle was 60 degrees. This angle was 30 degrees. Right? Now, see, we have to reverse because when we are finding against 30, I should consider 30 as the base. So I'm just tilting this triangle. Okay, I'm just tilting this triangle. I'm just considering triangle A, B, P. Okay, I'm taking this triangle A, B, P, and I'm just tilting this triangle and making in a different manner. Okay, I'll just write it as like this. I'll tilt it towards right, and I'm making it a little big for you to understand. Now this angle is A, this is B, and this is P. Okay, so this angle is 30. Now, with respect to 30, what is the perpendicular? This side will be perpendicular. So I should have actually, instead of B, I should have written that, say, Q. I'll just write it as Q. I'll write this as Q so that we don't confuse. So this is perpendicular, this is hypotenuse, and this is base. So perpendicular, hypotenuse, and base. Now, we have to find from tan 30 perspective. So we should make a triangle where we can see the base is next to 30. Okay, so this is the right figure for it, or we can do it from directly from here, but people might, generally kids get confused. That's why I just changed it. Now, what is the value of H here? H is equal to A. What is the perpendicular here? The perpendicular is equal to this A by 2. And then, yes. So what is the base here? So base comes out to be root 3A by 2. So I'll just write it as root 3A by 2. Now it is simple for us to find out. Okay, so again we'll write sine A, cos A, and tan A. Okay, I'm just writing these three. Okay, what is sin A? Sin A is P by H. Cos A is P by H. And tan A is P by P. Okay, so sin A value comes out to be, what is the value of P? P is A by 2 divided by H. H is A. So that comes out to be A by 2 multiplied by 1 by A. That comes out to be 1 by 2. Okay. So this is where A is equal to 30. Angle A is equal to 30 degree. So this is, we are finding the ratios for 30 degree. So A is 30 degree. Now coming to cos. So when you're talking about cos, cos is what? Cos is B by H. So what is B? Root 3A by 2. This is the base. Divided by A. That comes out to be root 3A by 2 multiplied by 1 by A. So the A will cancel out. It comes out to be root 3 by 2. And then we talk about tan A. Okay. Tan A is P by B. What is P? P is A by 2 divided by root 3A by 2. So I can say A by 2 multiplied by 2 by root 3A. So A and A will cancel out. 2 and 2 will cancel out. It becomes 1 by root 3. Okay. Now, in case we have to find the cosec, sec, and cot, these are the reverse, or you can say inverse of it, or you can say reciprocal of it, of those values. So now we have found for 45, 30, and 60, all three. Okay, so let's come to the trigonometric ratios of 0 and 90. So 0 and 90 will be a little different because if I make a triangle, you'll understand what I want to tell you here. If I make a triangle like this angle is 90 degree. And what is the sum of all the angles in a triangle? The sum of all the angles is 180. So I'll just name it first. Now, if I have to make this angle as 0 degree, is it possible? It's not possible. It is not possible. Why? Reason being, if I make this angle as 0 degree, then this line should come down. Basically, this line should be inclined with the same line AB. So I'm just reducing this angle, say, reducing further to make it 0. Just for your information. So I'm just making this line down, then further down to bring this angle to 0 degree. So if this angle becomes 0 degree, what will happen? What will happen? When the angle becomes 0 degree, the base, so I just write this is hypotenuse, this is perpendicular, and this is base. Okay. And the value of, say, perpendicular will be how much? Value of base will be how much? And hypotenuse will be how much? So I'm going to just mark it down. Now, if this angle becomes 0 degree, okay, the perpendicular will become 0. Because finally the line is inclined with the base itself. The perpendicular, there will be no perpendicular in case of 0 degree. If the angle is 0 degree, the perpendicular will be 0. What will be the base? Base will remain as base. Let's consider B as B. And what will be the hypotenuse? The hypotenuse, because hypotenuse keep on coming down, and hypotenuse will be equivalent to the base itself. Okay. Now, if you have to find the ratios here, when the angle is 0 degree, for I'll just say 0 for 0 degree, A is equal to 0 degree, then sin A, cos A, tan A. Okay, I'm finding for 3, then I'll do the reciprocal of those. Now, what is sin A? Sin A is perpendicular by hypotenuse. Cos A is base by hypotenuse. Tan A is perpendicular by base. Now, perpendicular. What is the perpendicular? 0. What is the base? Base, if I consider as by B, What is the value? 0 by b. It will be 0. Cos A. Cos A will be b by h. So b is b. H is also b. It comes out to be 1. Then comes tangent. Tangent is p. P is 0. By b is b. It comes out to be 0. So now we found the value of sin A, cos A and tan A. Now we also know that cosec, if I have to find cosec, cosec is reciprocal of sine. So that will be equal to 1 by 0. So when we say 1 by 0, so we know that it is not applicable. That's not applicable, or we can say it will come out to be infinite or not applicable. Now, similarly, sec A will be equal to 1 divided by cos A, that is 1 by 1 is equal to 1. Then comes tan A is equal to b divided by 0. That comes out to be again not applicable because the denominator has 0. So this entire thing we are finding for 0 degree. When the angle is 0 degree, at that point of time, what will be the trigonometric ratios? So this is the solution for it. Does it make sense? Okay. If it makes sense, let's make this triangle one more time to find out the trigonometric ratios for 90 degree. Let me just make it again. So I'm making this triangle as 90 degree. So as we made for 0, we are going to do the same thing for it. So we mentioned this was 0 degree, okay, earlier. And with the 0 degree, we found that the perpendicular, base and hypotenuse. So if this angle is 0 degree, what is this angle? This angle will be 90. If this angle is 0, so if I just draw it down, 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 if it goes, keep on going down, if it keeps on going down, the angle between the perpendicular and hypotenuse, that will be 90 degree, because 0, then only the triangle will become for 180 degree. So 0 is a very small angle. When you're talking about very small angle, 0 degree. Now, what is the value of P here? As we did for 0, we are going to find it for 90 degree also. Okay, so the same we are doing it what we did for 0 degree. Okay, so P becomes 0. H, I just clear it up and make it for 90 degree separately. Eraser. Okay, let's make a triangle where the angle A is equal to 90 degree. So let's say A, B, C, and this angle. So this angle is already 90 degree, and we want to make A angle as 90 degree. It's possible. It's actually not possible, but still, let's just consider imaginary. If it becomes 90 degree. So what we have to do to make it 90 degree? That means A should be much closer. See, the angle increases. So if this angle is theta, this angle increases as the base comes near to it. See this. So the angle increases. Now, if I make further near, the angle increases. So angle is increasing. So the time it comes very close to it, the angle is nearly 90. So if I'm saying that this angle is 90, what will be the value of? This is P, this is hypotenuse, and this is base. So we can say that P will be equal to P, perpendicular. The hypotenuse will also become equivalent to perpendicular. It becomes a straight line actually. And the base will become 0. So when it is 90 degree, these are the values. Base is 0, perpendicular becomes perpendicular, hypotenuse is also equal to perpendicular. In case we consider theta as 90 degree. So I'll say theta is equal to 90 degree. So finding the ratios now, So sine 90, what is sine 90? Sine 90 is P perpendicular by hypotenuse. The perpendicular, what is perpendicular? P, and what is hypotenuse? P. So it comes out to be 1. And then we have cos 90. Cos 90 is equal to B by H. So when you talk about B by H, this is base is 0. Divided by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is considered P or H, whatever you consider it, value will come out to be 0. Then we have 10 90. 10 90 is perpendicular by base. So perpendicular is P and the base is 0. That means it is, when the denominator is 0, that means it is not defined. It is not defined. Okay, not defined or not applicable or infinite. You can, any of the things you can consider for 10 90. Okay, so this is the way we computed. Basically, we computed how the trigonometric ratios for 0 degree, 30 degree, 60 degree, 45 degree, and 90 degree. Okay, so these are the values for which we took. These are the normal values. Okay, but in future, when you come to 11th and 12th standard, you can go for degrees which are in between these. So 27 degree, 20 degree, those things you will learn in further chapters. But as of now, we have to remember for 0, 30, 60, 45, 90. These are the values which you have to remember. So if we have to make a chart of all these trigonometric ratios, how will it see like? So we can show it like this. So we have all the values which we computed here. So sine theta is sine 0. So this is sine 0 is 0. Sine 30 is 1 by 2. Sine 45 is 1 by root 2. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. Sine 90 is 1. So this table is available in your NCERT book or any book which wherever you're reading trigonometry from. So please remember this. You have to remember it by heart. Okay, though you can compute it definitely, but during the tests you might not have time to remember basically to compute it. Better option, you should remember it, because a lot of questions will come from these values. So coming to next, trigonometric identities with proof. Wow. Now we have multiple identities. Identity means these are the kind of formulas which you have to use in future for computing the trigonometric related questions. So I'll just arrive at these identities. So say let's make a triangle. Okay. Now in this triangle, if I write it as A, B, and C, we know AC is equal to hypotenuse. AC is equal to hypotenuse. BC is equal to perpendicular. And AB is equal to base. Right? So I'll just write it as hypotenuse. I'll write it as perpendicular, and I write it as base. And this is for angle theta. Okay. Now, we know by Pythagoras theorem. What do we know? Pythagoras theorem is a pretty simple theorem. By now, for you, it's h square is equal to p square plus b square. Okay. This is the theorem which we know. Say, if I divide the entire equation, if I divide this entire equation by h square, if I divide this entire equation by h square, then what will happen? So it becomes divide by h square, divided by h square, and divide by h square. If I divide this equation, so what is h square divided by h square? It becomes as 1 is equal to p, this p by h whole square plus b by h whole square. Right? What is p by h? P by h is something we know is sine. So I can say sine square theta plus cos square theta. So this is first identity, where it says sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. This is the first identity. In the similar manner, we'll again write it as h square is equal to p square plus b square. And instead of dividing by h square, let's divide this entire thing by p square. So we'll just say divided by p square, divided by p square, divided by p square. Okay. What is h by p? What is hypotenuse divided by perpendicular? Hypotenuse divided by perpendicular is cosec. I just write it as h by p whole square is equal to p square is 1 plus b by p whole square. Now coming to h by p. What is h by p? The ratio. We know it is opposite of sine because sine is p by h. H by p is opposite of sine. It is cosec. Cosec square theta is equal to 1 plus. What is b by p? B by p. B by p is cot. Cot, not cos. Cot square theta. So this is the second identity. This is second formula. Okay, which is we'll be using it. Then in the similar fashion, let's divide the Pythagoras theorem. H square is equal to p square plus v square plus b square. And when we divide this entire equation by b square, b square, b square. So what is h by b? H by b. We know it is sec square theta is equal to, what is p by b? P by b. P by b is tan square theta. Tan square theta. And b square is 1. So this is the third identity. And we have to remember these identities by heart. Okay, sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta. 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosec square theta. So these three identities, we have to remember it by heart, and we know how we computed it. It's pretty simple. So these are the three identities which we have to remember. Okay, good. Now we have to come at questions. Okay, the questions which are given in example from an NCERT book, let's cover each and every question from the book. Now it says 10a is equal to 4 by 3. Find the other trigonometric ratios. Now let's make a triangle. They're saying 10. So I'll make this angle as A. This angle is A basically. This is A, B, and C. Okay. Now what is tan? When we talk about tan is equal to P divided by B, perpendicular by base. So I can say that the perpendicular, if this is equal to 4 by 3, so I can say that perpendicular is 4x, perpendicular is 4x, and base is 3x. Okay, why I have taken x here? Because it's a ratio. I cannot say that P by B, P will be 4. P is not a number. Okay, P will be giving, it's a ratio. Tan A is a ratio. It's a ratio. When we are taking a ratio, I cannot say that it is 4. P is 4 and B is 3. No, it could be, BC could be 8, AB could be 6. So the ratio still remains the same. So that's why I have taken 4 multiplied by x. Now we have to find the value of AC, the side AC. The side AC, we can find it using Pythagoras theorem. It's not sine, it is side. I just clear it up. So AC, we'll find AC using the Pythagoras theorem. So AC is equal to, so AC square is equal to, by Pythagoras theorem, it is 3x square, that is base square, plus perpendicular square, this is 4x square. Okay, so AC square is equal to 3x square is, this is 9x square plus 16x square, that comes out to be 25x square AC square. So AC comes out to be 5x, the square root, by taking square root of both sides. So this becomes 5x. Now we have to find the ratios, the different ratios. Let's find out. So we'll say sine A, cos A, and tan A. Okay, so we are finding the values for these. Okay, the other three values we can take as a reciprocal directly. So I'll just say cosec A, sec A, and cot A. Okay, sine A is perpendicular by hypotenuse. Please remember this part now. Cos A is base divided by hypotenuse. Tan A is equal to perpendicular divided by base. Cosec A is opposite. It is h by p. Sec A is opposite of cos A. That is h by b. And cot A will be b by p. Now we have to put the values here. The p perpendicular is 4x divided by h is 5x. So it comes as 4 by 5. What is cos A? Cos A will be 3x divided by 5x. That comes out to be 3 by 5. Tan A will be equal to 4x divided by 3x. That comes out to be 4 by 3. And the other values, I can say this as cosec will be 5 by 4. It will be 5 by 3. And it will be 3 by 4. Okay, so this is the way we could find the trigonometric ratios. So coming to the next question, it says if angle B and angle Q are acute angles such that sine B is equal to sine Q, then prove that angle B is equal to angle Q. Okay, this is what you have to prove. So when we say sine B is equal to sine Q, sine B is equal to sine Q. So what is sine B first of all? Okay, when we talk about sine B here, we know it is perpendicular divided by hypotenuse. Here also it is perpendicular and this is hypotenuse. So I can say sine B. Sine B is AC divided by AB is equal to sine Q. Sine Q is PR divided by PQ. Isn't it? Okay. Now this is what is given. This is already given. This is given, or because the sine B is equal to sine Q is given to us. Now, from here, I can say that AB, or I can say AC divided by PR is equal to AB divided by PQ. Isn't it? So I just cross multiplied. I moved this AB this side and PR this side. And let's say that this ratio is equal to a ratio K. So we are saying AC by PR and AB by PQ is equal to K. Okay, so this is equation 1 for us. Now in triangle ABC, okay, if I have to find out BC square, what is BC square? BC square is equal to AB square minus AC square. Okay, now, so what is BC? Is equal to square root of AB square minus AC square. And similarly, RQ is equal to PQ square minus PR square. Okay, square root of this one. Now we want to find out BC by RQ. I want to find out BC by RQ. What is BC by RQ? BC by RQ is square root of AB square minus AC square divided by square root of RQ. PQ square minus PR square. Okay. Now see AB. From this equation, what is the value of AB? The value of AB comes out to be K multiplied by PQ. So it implies BC by RQ equals square root of. So instead of AB, I'm going to write K into PQ. K multiplied by PQ square. Minus, and same goes with AC. So instead of AC, I'm going to write K into PR square. K into PR square and divided by same square root of PQ square minus PR square. Now from this, I can say that the K is common in both. So I can say square root of K square is common. It becomes PQ square minus PR square divided by square root of PQ square minus PR square. Now, what does this implies? This implies that PC by RQ is equal to K. If I take it outside, it becomes PQ square minus PR square divided by square root PQ square minus PR square. Now PQ square and PR square will cancel out. So BC by RQ will be equal to K. BC by RQ is equal to K. So I'm just writing it on a separate side because I have a limited space. So I'm just writing BC by RQ comes out to be equal to K. Now we already know that AC by PR and AB by PQ is equal to K. So we can say AC by PR is equal to AB by PQ, and that is also equal to BC by RQ because everything is equal to K. So this is already equal to K. And this we have proven that it is equal to K. So AC by PR is equal to AB by PQ is equal to BC by RQ. What does it signify? It signifies that triangle ABC is similar to triangle ABC is similar to PQR. So if these triangles are equal, I can say that angle B is equal to angle Q. And that's the proof. Okay, guys. So next, move to the next question here. What does it say? It says that consider triangle ACB. Okay, ACB triangle. Right angle at C. So this is the right angle here, in which AB is equal to 29 units, BC is equal to 21 units. In figure, determine the values of cos square theta plus sine square theta. Okay. So for finding cos square theta and sine square theta, first of all, let's find the value of AC. So we know that AC square is equal to AB square minus BC square, or AC is equal to square root of AB square minus BC square. So I'll just put the values here. We know AB is equal to 29 square minus 21 square. So it is A square minus B square. I can write it as A minus B into A plus B. You know, now this is, I just write the formula A minus B. It should not be, I should write it as A square minus B square is equal to A minus B into A plus B. Okay, so because here it is A square minus B square, so I'm writing it 29 minus 21 multiplied by 29 plus 21. So 29 minus 21 gives us 8 multiplied by 21. 29 plus 21 gives us 50. So 58, it gives us square root of 400. That comes out to be 20. So the value is comes as, when I say it is plus 20 and minus 20, when I say what is square root of 400, it is plus 20 and minus 20. But minus 20 is not possible. Why minus 20 is not possible? See, the length cannot be negative. Length of the triangle cannot be negative. So I'll just say it is 20. Now we have all the ratios. Now we have to find out cos squared theta plus sine squared theta. So what is cos theta? Cos theta is equal to, this is base divided by hypotenuse. So I can say base is 21 divided by 29, right? And what is sine theta? Sine theta is equal to perpendicular divided by hypotenuse. So that comes out to be 20 divided by 29. Okay. Now we have to find out the value of cos squared theta plus sine squared theta. So cos squared theta is 21 by 29 whole square plus 20 plus 29 whole square. See, 29 square, the denominator is common. So it becomes 21 square plus 20 square. So 21 square is, I'll just take 1 by 29 square is common. Okay, so it becomes 21 square plus 20 square. So it becomes 1 by 29 square multiplied by 441 plus 400. So it comes out to be 841 divided by 29 square. And we know that 841 is the square of 29. So it is 29 square divided by 29 square. So the value comes out to be 1. So we say cos square theta plus sine square theta is equal to 1. So this part, we found the value. Okay. Now we have to find cos square theta minus sine square theta. So let's find it here. I just make up some space. Okay, we'll find it in a small space. So what's the value of cos square theta? Cos square theta we already know is 21 by 29. It is 21 by 29. So I'll just say 21 by 29 whole square minus 20 by 29 whole square. Okay. So we can, because it's a square minus b square, let's find out with the same formula. So it is a plus b into a minus b. So it becomes 21 plus 29. I'm taking 1 by 29 square is common. So 29 square is common. So it becomes 21 plus 29 into 21 minus 20. So it becomes 1 by 29 square into 21 plus 29 is 50. 50 and into 1. So the value comes out to be 50 divided by 841. This is the value. Okay. Okay. Now, coming to the next question. It says, in a right angle triangle ABC, right angle at B, if tan A is equal to 1. So let's make a right angle triangle first of all. So we'll make a right angle triangle. Right angle at B. So I'll just write it as A, B, and C. Now they want to find out what's the value of 2 sine A cos A. So they've already given tan A is equal to 1. So when I say tan A is equal to perpendicular by base, and that is equal to 1. So what does it mean? That perpendicular is equal to base. Okay, so I consider perpendicular as x. So let's say perpendicular is equal to x. That means base is also equal to x. So if it is x and this is also equal to x. Now if both are x, we can find out the value of AC. So we can say AC square is equal to x square plus x square. So AC square comes out to be 2x square, and then AC comes out to be square root of 2x. So this value comes out to be square root 2 into x. Now we have to find out the value of 2 sine A cos A. So 2 sine A cos A. Okay, so LHS, we are taking left hand side. Left hand side is 2 sine A cos A. Let's find the value of it. Is equal to 2 multiplied by, what is the value of sine A? Sine A is perpendicular by hypotenuse. So what is perpendicular? X divided by square root 2x. Multiplied. What is cos A? Cos A is again x base divided by hypotenuse. So x divided by square root 2x. Now this x will cancel out with x. This x will cancel out with x. So it becomes 2 divided by root 2 multiplied by root 2 is again going to give you 2, and that becomes 1. And I can say that LHS is equal to RHS. RHS is given as 1. So LHS is equal to RHS, and that's why it is hence proved. Okay, so next move to next question. In triangle OPQ, so there is a triangle which is given OPQ, right angle at right angle at P. So right angle at P, OP is equal to 7 centimeter. OP is 7, which is already written there. OP minus PQ, sorry, OQ minus PQ. OQ minus PQ is equal to 1. OQ minus PQ is equal to 1 centimeter. Determine the values of others. So say if this value is x, so this value will be x plus 1. Yes or no? They've already mentioned OQ minus PQ. So I can say that OQ is equal to 1 plus PQ. OQ is equal to 1 plus PQ. So we mentioned that OQ is equal to x, and PQ, sorry, OQ is equal to 1 plus PQ. So PQ is equal to x. So OQ will becomes 1 plus PQ. Now from the theory, sine Q, let's find the value of sine Q. So we know sine Q is equal to perpendicular divided by hypotenuse. So I can say it is x divided by, oh, first of all, instead of this, let's find the values. Let's find the values here. So I'll just erase this part. So we have only one variable. So let's find the values. So now we have already put, let's use the Pythagoras theorem. So I can say that x plus 1 whole square is equal to, this is perpendicular square plus base square from Pythagoras theorem. So x plus 1 whole square, let's open it. It becomes x square plus 1 plus 2x is equal to x square plus 7 square is 49. So I can say this x square cancels out with this x square. So it becomes 2x is equal to, if I move this side, it becomes 48. X is equal to 48 divided by 2. That becomes 24. So we know that value of x is 24 and the value of OQ comes as 25. So this is equal to 25 and x is equal to 24. Now everything we can find out. The values of sine Q. So sine Q comes out to be perpendicular by hypotenuse. So what is perpendicular? Perpendicular is 24 divided by 25. And cos Q comes out to be base divided by hypotenuse. That is 7 divided by 25. So these are the answers. Okay, coming next. In triangle ABC, right angle at B. Let's make a triangle. Let's make a triangle. See, when you make a triangle, it becomes all the more simpler. Right angle at B. Let's make angle B and C. They want to know right angle B, AB is equal to 24. AB is 24 and BC is 7. BC is 7. Now, in the previous question, if you see, we found that 24 and 7. So the value of AC will come out to be 25. So from the previous question, we know it. Else we would have calculated using Pythagoras theorem. Okay, in the exam, if it comes, don't write as per the previous question. Just in the exam, you have to find out. And how will you find out? 24 square plus 7 square and take the square root of it. Square root, then it comes out to be 25. So this value is 25. Now you have to find the value of sine A, cos A. Sine A, comma cos A. So we have to find two values here. So what is the value of sine A? So when you're talking about A, we have to take this angle and this is base. This we have to take as base here. Okay, so we are finding for A. So sine A is equal to perpendicular by hypotenuse. So perpendicular is 7 divided by hypotenuse is 25. What is cos A? Cos A is equal to base divided by hypotenuse. That comes out to be 24 divided by 25. So this value is clear. Now the next question comes as sine C and cos C. So when we are talking about sine C and cos C, so C should be down here. So basically I have to make this triangle again. I'll just make this triangle like this. Basically I'm tilting the triangle. I'm going to write this angle as C, right angle at B, and this angle is A. Okay. And so the value, this becomes 24, this is 25, and this becomes 7. Okay. So this is angle C. So whenever we are talking about sine C, this angle C should be down here. Okay. The adjacent side to it will be the 7 is the adjacent side here. So please remember this part, else we'll keep on making mistakes. So when we say perpendicular, the perpendicular and base changes. Hypotenuse remains same, the perpendicular and base changes. So the base becomes the place where the angle C exists. So this 7 is the base here when we are talking about cos C or sin C or anything with related to angle C. So now considering sin C. Sin C is equal to, so in this case, this is the perpendicular and this is the base. So sin C comes out to be perpendicular divided by hypotenuse, and the new perpendicular which we found is 24 divided by 25, and cos C comes out to be base divided by hypotenuse, and that is 7 divided by 25. Okay, let's move to the next question. This is a simpler question, I believe. In figure 10, tan P, find the value of tan P minus cot C. Okay, so before finding it, first let's just find the value of QR. How will you find the value of QR? So it's QR square is equal to PR square minus PQ square. So QR square is 13 square is equal to PR square. Not 13 square, this is QR square. So it is QR square again. I'll create it up. Eraser. Pen. So it comes as QR square is equal to 13 square minus 12 square. So 13 square is 169 minus 144. This comes out to be 25. This is QR square. So value of QR comes out to be 5 and minus 5. Okay, so minus 5 is not possible. So this value comes out to be 5. So when this value is 5, we can find the value of tan P. Oh, they have to find tan P and not. Okay, so if you have to find tan P, we should consider 12 as base. Okay, let me just make the triangle here. Okay, so this is 12 as base, and this becomes 5, and this remains 13. So this angle is, say, P and Q and R. So when we are talking about tan P, when you're talking about tan P, we have to consider the angle, the side next to P as base. Side next to P as base. So 12 is the base in this case. So what is tan P is equal to perpendicular divided by base. So perpendicular is 5 and this is 12. Now from here we have to find out What is cot r? So cot r is base divided by perpendicular. So base is 5 divided by perpendicular is 12. So we have to find tan p minus cot r. So tan p is 5 by 12 minus 5 by 12, and that comes out to be 0. Okay, so coming to the next question, it says sin A is equal to 3 by 4. Find the value of cos A and tan A. So again, whenever you have to make this, just make a triangle, a right angle triangle. We'll say A. I'm taking A here because it's mentioned as sin A. We'll consider B and C. And they have given, this is angle A. Okay. So it is mentioned as sin A is equal to 3 by 4. We know that sin A is equal to perpendicular divided by hypotenuse, right? So I can say that the perpendicular is 3K and hypotenuse is 4K. Okay. Now it is 3K, it is 4K. So what is the value of AB? That means AB square is equal to AC square minus BC square. So AC square comes out to be 4K square minus 3K square. It comes out to be 16K square minus 9K square. So 16 minus 9 comes out to be 7K square. So this is AB square. So what is the value of AB? AB is equal to root 7K. So I'll just mention it, root 7K. Now we have to find the value of cos A. So cos A is equal to base divided by hypotenuse. What is base? Root 7K divided by 4K. So K will cancel out with K. It comes as root 7 by 4. Then we have to find out tan A. Tan A is equal to perpendicular divided by base. That comes out to be 3K divided by root 7K. So it comes out to be 3 by root 7. So because the denominator is not rational, so we'll rationalize the denominator by multiplying by root 7 by root 7. So it becomes 3 root 7 by 7. Okay. Coming to the next question, it says, given 15 cot A is equal to 8. So again, we'll just make a triangle. This is angle A, B, and C. So we have to find sin A and sec A. Now, what is cot? I'll say cot A is equal to 8 divided by 15. It gives clear cut. Now, what is cot? Cot is equal to base divided by perpendicular. So this is base. This is perpendicular, and this is hypotenuse. Okay, so we can say that when say cot A is equal to 8, so we'll say it is base is 8K divided by 15K. Now from here we need to find out hypotenuse. So what is hypotenuse? So I'll say hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square. So it comes out to be 8K whole square plus 15K whole square. So it comes at 64K square plus 225K square. So when we add it, 5 plus 4, 9, 22 plus 6 is 289. K square is equal to hypotenuse square. So value of hypotenuse comes out to be square root of 289 and K square. K will come out. What is 289? 289 is the square of 17. So it will become as 17K. H is 17K. So I'll just put the value as 17K. Now we have to find the value of sin A. Sin A is equal to perpendicular divided by hypotenuse. So what is perpendicular? Perpendicular is 15K and hypotenuse is 17K. So it is 15 by 17. The first part is 15 by 17. This is sin A. Then we have to find out sec A. Sec A. Okay, sec A we know it's opposite of cos A. So it is hypotenuse divided by base. So hypotenuse is 17K divided by base is 8K. So answer is 17/8. So both the things are done. Asked these questions not pretty simple, but in case you're finding them difficult, the better option is to practice more. The more you practice, the more easy things become. Okay, the next question, sec theta is equal to 13/12. Calculate all the trigonometric ratios. Another question. We'll again make a triangle. So I'll make this angle as theta, and this mention is ABC. So if I say sec theta, what is sec theta? Sec theta is equal to hypotenuse by base, and that is equal to 13/12. So I can consider hypotenuse as 13K and base as 12K. So why we are taking as 12K and 13K? See, hypotenuse, see, sec theta is a ratio. It's a ratio of two values. So 13K divided by 12K we have taken. Why we are not taking 13 and 12? Because 13 and 12 are constant numbers. When you say 13K and divided by 12K, it is a ratio. It could be 26 and 24, right? So it could be any proportion of that. So that's why we have to take 13K and 12K and not 13 and 12 specifically. Now, from here, let's find the value of BC. So BC square is equal to 13K square minus 12K square. So it is 169K square minus 144K square. So this value comes out to be 25K square. This is BC square. BC square. So what is the value of BC? Is the square root of 25K, and that comes out to be 5K. So now we know BC is 5K. Now we have to find the trigonometric ratios. Let's say sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosec theta, sec theta, and cot theta is equal to. Let's keep on finding values. It is perpendicular by hypotenuse. This is base by hypotenuse. This is perpendicular by base. Cosec is hypotenuse by perpendicular. Sec theta is by hypotenuse by base, and cot is base by perpendicular. Now keep on putting the values and we'll get the answer. So sine theta is P by H. P is 5K by H is 13K. So KK will cancel out. It becomes 5/13. Now it is base. Base is 12K divided by 13K. K will cancel out. It becomes 12/13. Then comes 10th theta. It is 5K divided by 12K is equal to 5/12. Now cosec theta is equal to H is 13K divided by perpendicular is 5K. So it becomes 13/5. Any which is these are opposite of or reciprocal of cos and tan. Now sec is a reciprocal of cos, cot is reciprocal of tan. So they can directly find the value from here. So this comes out to be 13/12 and cot comes out to be 12/5. Okay. These are simpler questions. Let's go for next question. So coming to this question, it says if angle A and angle B are acute angles such that cos A is equal to cos B, cos A is equal to cos B, then we have to prove that angle A will be equal to angle B. So let's make a triangle here. This angle is A and this angle is B. This is 90 degree. We'll say C. So when we're taking cos A, okay, we have to take AC as base. And we're talking about cos B, we have to take BC as base. Okay. So please remember this part. The line adjacent to the angle which we're talking about should be considered as the base. So basically we have to consider the base will be different in cos A and cos B. Now cos A is equal to AC divided by AB. Okay. And cos B is equal to BC divided by AB. And they've given that cos A is equal to cos B. If cos A is equal to cos B, that means AC by AB is equal to BC by AB. So if you multiply both sides by AB, what does it give us? It gives us AC is equal to BC. So when AC is equal to BC, what does it mean? That the angle, it is an isosceles triangle. That means the side AC is equal to side BC. That implies that angle A is equal to angle B. Okay. So coming to the next question. So this is what you have to prove here. So coming to the next question now. It says, if cot theta is equal to 7 by 8, evaluate the value of this, what is given here. So cot theta is equal to 7 by 8. So let's make a triangle and find the value of different ratios. So this angle says theta. And what is cot theta? So cot theta is base. So when it says 7 by 8, so we can consider that the sides are 7x by 8x. So it's a cot theta is equal to base divided by perpendicular, right? So we'll consider it as just 7x by 8x. The ratio is 7x by 8x. Now, if this is 7 and 8, what is the hypotenuse? So let's find out the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is equal to, hypotenuse square is equal to 7x square plus 8x square. So it comes out to be 49x square plus 64x square. So what is 49 plus 64? 9 plus 4, 13. 6, 7, 7 and 4, 11. 113 x square. Okay. So this is h square. So what is h? H comes out to be square root of 113 x. So we'll write it as square root of 113 x. Now, they want to know what is 1 plus sine theta into 1 minus sine theta into 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta. Okay. So see, the question is 1 plus sine theta into 1 minus sine theta. So what is a plus b into a minus b? A plus b into a minus b. When you say this is a plus b into a minus b. So what is a plus b into a minus b? That is a square minus b square. So we can use that formula. So we can write the same equation as 1 square minus sine square theta divided by 1 square minus cos square theta. Okay. Now, so either we can directly put the values or we can also use it certain formulas. It is 8.1. So this is the first exercise. If this would have been 8.3, we would have used the identities to solve it. But it's a first exercise. So let's solve it with the values here. So it is 1 minus. What is sine theta here? So let's find the value of sine theta. Sine theta comes out to be, it's perpendicular by hypotenuse, and that's equal to 8x by square root of 113x. Okay, so I'm writing 1 minus 8x by square root 8x. See, x's will get cancelled out, so it is 8 by, so I'll not write x here, square root of 113 divided by, it's square actually. And when we talk about cos theta here, is equal to b by hypotenuse, and that's come out to be 7 by square root of 113. Okay, so it is 1 minus 7 by square root of 113 whole square. Okay. Now, if we take the value here, it comes out to be 113 minus 64 divided by 113 divided by 113 minus 49 divided by 113. Now 113 will cancel out. It becomes 113 minus 64. Well, that's come out to be 49 divided by, now 113 minus 49, 64. So it is comes out to be 49 by 64. So when I say the total value comes out to be 49 by 64. Okay. So coming to the next question. It says cot theta is equal to 7 by 8. Evaluate what is cot square theta. Oh, it is pretty simple then. When it says that cot theta is equal to 7 by 8, what is cot square theta? Cot square theta is equal to 7 by 8 square, that comes out to be 49 by 64. That's the answer. I don't know why they've given this question. It's a pretty simple one. Coming to the next one. If 3 cot A is equal to 4, check whether this is equal to, so we have to check for left hand side. This is the left hand side and a right hand side. So we'll find out the values for left hand side and right hand side and then see whether it is giving the same value or not. That's what we have to check. So when we say cot A is equal to 4 by 3, okay, and making a triangle here. So we are saying this is 4x and this is 3x. So with Pythagoras theorem, if you try to find the hypotenuse, this angle is A. So if you try to find out the hypotenuse, the hypotenuse comes out to be square root of 4x square plus 3x square. So it comes out to be square root 16x square plus 9x square, square root of 25x square, and that comes out to be 5x. So the hypotenuse comes out to be 5x. Now you have to find the value LHS. So LHS is 1 minus tan square A. So 1 minus tan is 3x by 4x square divided by 1 plus 3x by 4x square. So what's the value here? So if we compute it, I'm just taking left hand side here. So it becomes 4x square, that means 16x square minus 9x square divided by 16x square divided by 16x square plus 9x square divided by 16x square. So this 16x square will cancel out with this 16x square. So it becomes 16 minus 9. 16 minus 9 is 16 minus 9 is 7x square divided by 16 plus 9 is 25x square. So the value comes out to be 7 divided by 25. Now this was LHS. This is LHS. Let's find out the RHS, right hand side. What exactly is the value? When you say cos square A, what is cos square A here? We'll put in the value. It is 4x by 5x whole square minus sine square A. Sine square is 3x by 5x whole square. Now, this, if we do the square of both the sides, it becomes 16x square by 25x square minus 9x square by 25x square. What is 16 minus 9? That comes out to be 7x square by 25x square. So x square will cancel out. It will become 7 by 25. And this is right hand side. So left hand side is equal to right hand side. So LHS is equal to RHS. So we can say both the sides are equal. Okay, so let's come to the next question now. In a triangle ABC, right angle at B, if tan A is equal to 1 by root 3, find the value of this. Now let's make a triangle here. When it's a tan A, okay, this is A. And when you're talking about tan A is equal to 1 by root 3. What does it mean? It means the sides are, this is, or you can say x by root 3x. This is equal to perpendicular by base. So I'll just say it is x by root 3x. Now, if we know both the two sides, we can find the third side of a right angle triangle by Pythagoras theorem. So let's find the value of ABC. Let's find the value of AC. So AC is equal to square root of root 3x square plus x square. So it comes out to be root 3x square is 3x square plus x square root of 4x square, and the value comes out to be 2x. Though the value will also come out to be minus 2x, but the side cannot be minus. We will not take it. So we'll take it as side comes out to be 2x. Now we have to find the value of sine A cos C. So what is sine A here? Sine A. Sine A is x by 2x. So instead of sine A, I'm writing x by 2x multiplied by cos C. So when we are taking cos C, please remember when you're taking cos C, we have to take adjacent side of the cos C, that is CB, as base. So x is the base here. So what is cos C? It is base by hypotenuse, that is, it is x by 2x again. So it is x by 2x plus cos A. What is cos A? It is, when you say cos A, it will be x by 2x. No, sorry, it is cos A will be root 3x. I just clear it up. So cos, when we take considering cos A, okay, that will be root 3x by 2x into sine C. When you're saying sine C, AB will be perpendicular. AB will be perpendicular. So it comes as root 3x by 2x. So it comes out to be x square by 4x, or x will cancel out. X will cancel out. It will become 1 by 4 plus root 3 into root 3 is 3 by 4. So then 3 by 4 plus 1 by 4 is 4 by 4, and the value comes out to be 1. So the entire value comes out to the value 1. Okay, so coming to the second part of the same question, it says tan A is equal to 1 by root 3. So when tan A is equal to 1 by root 3, again, we'll just make a triangle out here. So when we say tan of A, that is base divided by, sorry, perpendicular divided by base, that comes out to be, we can say it is x by root 3x. Root 3x. And we computed it in our previous slide. We computed it to be come outing as, I'll just, we'll find it out. This is right angle at B. So this is angle A. And this is C. So finding out AC is equal to x square plus AC square is equal to x square plus root 3x square. So AC is equal to square root of x square plus 3x square. That comes out to be square root of 4x square, and that is equal to 2x. 2x. So the AC comes out to be 2x. Now we have to find cos A and cos C. So when we say cos A is base by hypotenuse. So we'll say root 3x divided by 2x. And when we're going to talk about cos C, so as mentioned earlier, when we are taking cos C, we have to consider the adjacent side, the side x as base. So it will be x divided by 2x minus sine A. When you're talking about sine A, it is perpendicular by hypotenuse. So it just becomes x by 2x. And we're talking about sine C. So sine C root 3x will be the perpendicular. So we'll take it as root 3x divided by 2x. So let's compute it. It comes, so x will cancel out from all. So it becomes root 3 by 4 minus root 3 by 4. And the answer comes out to be 0. इतना सब कंप्यूट करो और आंसर आता है 0. Good. चलो. So coming to next question. In triangle PQR, right angle at Q. Let's make a triangle. Right angle at Q. So we'll make it as Q. and this is P, Q, and R. PR plus QR is equal to 25. So this is given. Good. PR plus QR is equal to 25. PQ is equal to 5. PQ is equal to 5. So if I consider QR as X, if I consider QR as X, the PR will be 25 minus X, isn't it? Now we should find the values. So first of all, let's find the value of X by Pythagoras theorem. So we know Pythagoras theorem, the hypotenuse square is equal to perpendicular square plus base square. So if we open the square from both sides, it becomes 625 plus x square minus 50x is equal to x square plus 25. So x square will cancel out with x square. So I'll take 50x to the other side. So it comes out to be 50x is equal to 625 minus 25 comes out to be 600. So the value of x comes out to be 600 divided by 50. That is 600 divided by 50. 0 will cancel out. So it comes out to be x is equal to 12. The value of x is 12. So I can say the value of x comes out to be 12. And when we say PR, which is the hypotenuse, this comes out to be 25 minus 12, that is 13. Okay. Now we have to find the value of sine P. Sine P is equal to. So when we consider sine P, P as an angle, so we have it is perpendicular, that is 12 divided by hypotenuse 13. And you have to find cos P. Cos P will be 5 divided by 13. Then we have to find tan P. That is 12 divided by 5. Okay, so this finishes our 8.1. So we'll take it as part 1. And from here, we'll take it as part 2 in the next video. So please go through our second video as well, because it was becoming very long. So I'm breaking it down into 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. So part 1 is finishing till 8.1 exercise, and part 2 will cover 8.2 and 8.3 exercises. Okay, happy learning. Bye-bye. Take care.